This video is going to be more on a social political kind of. I wanted to talk about some corporatism that has just gone completely wrong. And it's local to where I am. These places don't exist everywhere, but there's probably places that do very similar things. And I just wanted to talk about because it just pisses me off. There's these two companies in particular that I'm talking about that I just have to make a video about. The first one is a place called Kitty City. This place is, like a cat adoption place where they have rescued cats and you can go and you can adopt. The people running this place are like vegan warriors from hell. Like they like almost borderline ALF, Animal Liberation Front people. Really bizarre people. I understand talking to the animals and everything, but these people are talking to the cats like they're people, which is a little loony. And they all dress and they all look like they're vegans. But the thing that pisses me off about this place is, for one, they took one look at me, and every single time, like I went in there looking for a cat because my Casey died, and it's been a while, so I wanted a new cat. So every single cat that I pointed at, though, that I was interested in looking at and playing with and seeing if I liked its personality, they kept making up excuses. The first one I pointed at was a cat named Clementine. She was a long-haired orange tabby. And they told me, no, you can't have her because you have carpet. You have to have all hardwood floors in order to have that cat. I thought that was pretty bizarre. I was like, okay, maybe it has like a scratching issue. Like it likes to tear up carpet or something. I'm pretty sure you could train them to use a scratching post. Cats are pretty smart, malleable animals. Then I pointed at this other one that was a beautiful gray cat. It was a purebred. I forget the name of what breed they are, but they're really beautiful. They usually have really beautiful coats. And I was like, well, how about that one? And they said, oh no, you can't have that one either. 5 of them, 5 employees, all came up to me grinning like this. Oh, honey, you can't have that one. I'm so sorry. They came from that's literally like 5 of them all did that. They told me I couldn't have that one because it came from a hoarder. And there were 2 cats in this cage. They're keeping them in cages. They're keeping the cats in cages. Like, I know that sounds normal, but wait, I'll tell you why it's not normal in a minute. But so anyway, they got these 2 cats in this one cage, and they go, oh, you can't have that one because they have to come in pairs because they came from a hoarder's house. I'm like, so they're not brother and sister. They just came from the same household? Are we really talking about separation anxiety of a cat? You realize these cats, they're extremely independent animals. It doesn't take very long for a cat to revert back to its primitive natural instincts and become feral. It doesn't take long after no human interaction for them to revert back to that. Cats maintain 98% of their internal instincts. They're not as domesticated as we think they are. They're pretty independent. We're talking about an adult cat. It was at least 2 or 3 years old. That's an adult cat. You could essentially set it loose outside and it would figure out how to survive on its own. So I thought that was really bizarre. It's like separation anxiety of a cat. And then I overheard some people talking that some of the cats have been there for 2 to 4 years. And I'm thinking about all these excuses they're telling me, and I'm thinking, I understand that you want to make sure that these cats do not end up in the hands of somebody who's going to abuse them. But going to the extent of saying, well, you have carpet, you can't have them, or no, you can't separate them, separation anxiety. Separation anxiety? We're not sending cats to fucking psychotherapy. Come on. That's a human problem. That's not a cat problem. Fuck off with that. Like, yeah, you can stress them out and stuff, and they hate it. But come on. It'll be fine. Really, even people separate and it sucks for a while and you get over it and you move on with your life. Ugh. They made me fill out a questionnaire, and one of the questions on it was about my previous cat. And they wanted graphic details on how my 20-year-old cat died. She was 19 or 20 years old. It's hard to put a place on it specifically how old she was because I don't know when she was born, exactly what month. She was 9 when I got her, and by the time she died, she was at least 19 or 20. And I'm sorry, it's just like at that point, it's like, that's an old fucking cat. You should be mesmerized that it lived that long. That's not, like, I know a lot of cats live to that age now, 20, 21, 22. It's not unheard of. The natural age of a cat is like between 15 and 17 years. The reason why they're living to 20 is because of our medical science is actually carrying over into our pets' world, and our pets are living longer lives now, just like people are. Because of veterinarian science has escalated and become better. And the food that we feed them has become better. So they're living longer. Why would you want to know graphic details about how my previous cat died? What the fuck? I think that place is going to go out of business. If they're keeping cats for 2 to 4 years and they're declining them good homes because you can't separate a cat that came from the same house as another cat, well, fuck you. Or you have carpet, you can't have a cat. Or you don't have a vet? Why don't you have a vet? Well, maybe I haven't had a cat in a while. Maybe that's why I don't have a vet. I never had the need, honestly, to take my cat to a vet other than one time when she had a flea infestation. And that was the only time it's the only time she got sick. She lived to 20. Why the fuck would I need a vet? And the vet wouldn't have been able to do anything about what she died from. She was 20. You could have revitalized her, and the vet would have said the best action would be to put her to sleep. No, that's stupid. I think they're going to go out of business. The other thing I wanted to talk about is there's an apartment complex really nearby, and I absolutely find them despicable. And I've even thought about going to the tenants that live there and telling them about the property they live on and how much fuckery is involved in the bullshit that they push. First of all, it's a gated apartment complex, so it's really expensive. And to give you an idea of the general price range of the, apartments and cost of living around the area that I'm in, a good price for about a 600 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment would be probably about $400, maybe $500 a month. And maybe a good price for a 1-bedroom, like 900 square foot apartment would probably be like $600 range. This place is like 600 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment, over $1,000. It's like $1,200 a month. Okay, it's like a gated community. Yeah, it's expensive. They have a sign up in outside their gate in their landscaping. They call it their eco-friendly environmental protection plot. That one little sign up. And all it is foliage They don't mow. It's overgrown grass. That's all it is. It's overgrown grass and foliage. It's all it fucking is. It's just native shit that grows there. And they just don't weed whack it or mow it. And they do every so often throughout the year. And then they call it this eco-friendly environmental protection thing. And I find that really ironic. Because the entire plot of land that they built this entire community on, it's actually rather new. They built it in the early 2000s. And I've lived here my whole life. And I wish I could bring up a picture of what it used to look like before that apartment complex was there. But it was nothing but trees. Basically, it was a forest. It was woods. It was woods, and then they have the audacity to not mow a patch of grass and call it an environmental, eco-friendly, blah, 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 whatever. And the reason it irritates me that they even put that there, the only reason they put that there at that apartment complex is so they can save money on their energy bill. I'm not kidding. They're not doing anything to protect the environment. It's not an eco-friendly. It's not fucking anything. It's overgrown grass. Which the city ordinance would normally say, you can't do that. You gotta mow it. But because it has that sign in front of it, no, they don't have to. They only do it like once a year. Well, actually, it's more than that. Because they're mowing this. Oh, Jesus. And the only reason they're doing that is so they can get a discount on their energy bill. But then they're charging thousands of dollars a month. Thousands. There's complexes around that complex that are much bigger for a lot less money. And that's where it's like, you guys are saving money on your energy bill by putting this sign in front of a patch of on-mowed native grass and foliage. And then you're charging thousands of dollars for a box. If that isn't just a big middle finger to the people buying into that, I feel bad for them. I feel like they've all been suckered. And they have been. They've been suckered. There's no reason you should be paying that amount of money for a one-bedroom in this area. Given that it's a gated community, I can probably forgive it. It was like $800 or $900. But when you say $1,200, I don't know any. The only other place I would know of that would have a rent price that high is if you go down to the really expensive part of the inner city, where everything is posh. Everything is. The restaurants are like all 5-star restaurants and shit like that. And so you have like condos and shit down there. And yeah, they cost that kind of money. But where I'm at, where this is located, there's no fucking reason to charge that amount of money. That's fucking bullshit. So I just wanted to get that off of my chest. These companies that are doing some shady things to people. And I wanted to get it out there, and I feel like YouTube is like a great tool to get information out to people. So, the name of the apartment complex is the Highlands, if you want to look them up. Look it up, the Highlands, Overland Park, Kansas. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's pure bullshit. Pure fucking bullshit. Anyway, with that, you can like, share, subscribe, comment on this video. This is just really more of a rant, I guess, than anything. I'll get back to my normal debunking stuff and To goth fans out there, come on, you can't deny goth has always been one to push societal norms. And when they're trying to make societal norms more restrictive and make it so that you can express yourself less, shouldn't we step up to the plate and be the little edgelords that we've always been? Goth has always been known for that. Of being really creepy, bizarre, and really pushing the envelope. And I'll get back to it. It's just that the other video, the pedophile one, that took a lot out of me. That took a lot of research and a lot of patience, because some of the stuff I was coming across was really creepy. It was creeping me out. So I had to take a break for a minute. And with that, I'm out.